What's up guys, back with another Honkai 𝐁𝐅𝐅 video. In this video we're going to be going over all the characters who got quote-unquote buffs with the new Planar Ornament set. The reason I say buffs is because now they have yet another option to use for relics. Now a lot of characters can get away with using multiple different relics, so if you happen to farm up a really good set for a character, might as well slap it on if it works, and more than likely if you get some good rolls it's going to be doing more damage. Obviously if you get a, let's say for Himiko, you have a fire set versus the follow-up set, and the follow-up set has like HP defense on all the rolls, right? Obviously the fire set's going to be doing more damage. If you get like the god roll of crit rate, crit damage on every piece, it's evenly distributed, right? So it really depends on what you got. So I'm going to be going over who is going to have the best buff and who can technically use this, but not too sure if it's going to be a direct upgrade. Now let's go over what they do first. Now, the first one, Senoia, I believe is how you say it, increase the wearer's crit rate by 4%, then for every enemy defeated, increase your crit damage by 4% up to 10 times. This means at max you get 4% crit rate and 40% crit damage. Damn, that one's looking pretty good. Probably going to use it mostly in pure fiction. You can get away with it in some fights, but for the majority you're not going to get a huge buff from it if you aren't running it in something like pure fiction. So for the sake of that, I'm going to judge it based off only pure fiction. Like I said, it'll probably be some characters best in slot outside of pure fiction, just because some of the fights have like 5+ enemies and that's an easy 20% crit damage. But I'm just going to be looking at just pure fiction where you can get the full 40%. Then the second one is going to be Eumo, which is increase the word's attack by 12%. Then when entering battle, if you share the same path as a different character on the team, you get 12% crit rate. Now this one doesn't look super crazy on paper to me, I'm gonna be honest with you. Apparently it's Acheron's best in slots, so I just have to take the people who have used Acheron as a word for it. When she comes out, I will be testing a couple relics that I have ready to see how much damage you're really losing or gaining with using this or a different set. But this one's kind of restrictive, I'm not gonna lie. Now, really quickly, so people don't get confused. Also, I'm not too sure why they're black highlighted when I copy pasted. This is going to be the Acheron set, and we'll just use Himiko for this because Himiko is going to be one of the characters that's going to use this in pure fiction. We'll put it there. Now, like I said before, the can use is going to be they can use this with their kit, but other relics might be a bit better. But let's get into ranking the characters. So for the Eumo set, it's just Acheron. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm having a really tough time seeing anyone else use this besides her. But for can use, you can get away with using these characters. Now the only reason I say can use is because they're characters who want crit rate and they want attack, right? You have to be running them with another character like Jinglu Blade are going to be using it with each other because that's a team people use for dual DPS. Ratio and Topaz are mostly always together if you have them. And then Welt, it's just a sub DPS. I know some people don't build him with crit rate, crit damage in mind, but you can use him as a sub DPS and then just run a different ability. Like maybe you can run him with Acheron. Whatever, maybe these are the only characters I can really see running it just because of the whole same path sort of restriction they got going on. Overall, I kind of wish they buffed this. Maybe if it gave 8% crit rate and 8% crit damage, it'd be a bit better. But like I said, I'm having a hard time seeing it being better than something like Inner Salstado or Lucid Arena. Let me know what you think of it in the comments, by the way, if you think it's just like whatever, I don't really care for this piece, or let me know if you think it's really, really good. Overall, I have to use it to really see how much damage you're gaining or losing. But those are the characters. Everyone else either isn't going to be run with someone of the same type on the team, or they just don't want crit rate like that. So yeah, that's just pretty much it. Now, for the pure fiction set is what I'm calling it, Herta, Jingyun, and Argenti. These are the 4 kings and queens of pure fiction. I see them easily getting the 40% crit damage the most, and they all are crit rate, crit damage characters. Himiko, follow-up attack, ultimate skill. You're going to be getting a lot of kills with that. Herta, spin to win. If you get everyone to half HP with like an AoE or maybe a proc of the passive for that pure fiction, boom, spins like a million times, everyone's dead, right? Boom, you got your stacks. Jingyun, Lightning Lord slams down, they're all dead. Argenti, spam ults, you're getting the kill that way. Very easy characters to get it in Pure Fiction, and you could probably get the kill outside of Pure Fiction with Argenti and Jingyun. Is it going to be better than what they already have? We'll have to see. I could see Jingyun maybe getting away with using this just because Lightning Lord goes crazy, right? Will do a bunch of damage, especially with new characters like Sparkle, but we'll have to see when it comes out. I'm mostly just looking at this set as a Pure Fiction set. Definitely going to be farming this because, man, oh man, I struggle with Pure Fiction quite a bit because I don't have the best relics, so definitely going to be using this. For can use, these are the three characters that come to mind, which are Donhang, Zele, and Serval. Donhang uses a little too many skill points for my liking in Pure Fiction, but he does do a lot of damage and will get a bunch of kills, so you'll be able to get the crit damage pretty fast. Zele has to get kills, and a lot of people use her for Pure Fiction, so she has to be on it. You know, it's like Acheron, where the relic and her kit do or need the same thing. I should say, like Acheron needs another Nihility character. The set wants you to run another Nihility character. Zele wants to get the kill. This set works with getting kills, so it just works out for her. And then Serval's a decent free-to-play option for Pure Fiction, so, and she wants crit damage, so this works for her. Other than that, not many other characters are going to be using this set. It's not nearly as big of a buff as the Dot follow-up set was. That set was wild. A bunch of characters wanted it, but overall, I really only seeing those 5 in the middle being the de facto I want this set units. Personally, I'm going to be farming this set just for Pure Fiction, but other than like Acheron, I really don't see this set being much use except for Pure Fiction and then Acheron herself for the second one. Very curious to see what people think and if people are going to be running it on other characters like Topaz Ratio. Like, it's really hard to beat. Like, these ones are so good. It's just, are you an ult spammer follow-up attack unit? You use this, right? If you use your base attack or skill a lot, it's this. If you don't fit the niche of those two, run Galameth. And then everyone else is just, are you a support kind of thing, right? Or are you like super niche and you need like break effect or whatever, right? They kind of just made 3 really good relic sets, and I wouldn't say it would be hard to power creep them, but if they don't do it right, you're just going to run these ones anyway, especially if you farm them for a while. Another thing people have to take into account is how long it takes to farm Pure Fiction. Now they, or not Pure Fiction, sorry, Simulated Universe. Now I know they did say they're going to help fix that, but it's not out yet, so obviously people are going to be like, okay, do I really want like a 2% damage increase just to farm a whole set over again? But anyway, let me know what you think of the new sets. Do you think that they're going to be really good? Do you think I'm downplaying the Eumo set? Do you think it's going to be really good? Do you think it's going to be bad? Let me know if you're going to farm it and what characters you're going to farm it for. But of course, Acheron is going to be up tomorrow sometime, so big W there. I'll have a summoning video and some first impressions, all that stuff, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on that, and best of luck on your summons.